The earthquake in Morocco has literally jolted the country, leaving more than 3,000 people dead and 5,600 injured, according to Morocco's official figures. People got stuck in collapsed buildings and homes as authorities tried to take the situation under control and provide assistance to the affected ones. During this crisis, various countries offered aid to Morocco, which was accepted. However, France took a different approach. Instead of just sending the aid without caring for publicity, French President Emmanuel Macron said that he was waiting for the King of Morocco for an official request for aid. Only then, France will send the aid. At this, the King of Morocco officially refused to accept any aid from France. Why is that so? Why is the King of Morocco carefully watching this despite having Morocco in deep crisis? It turns out that there are some valid reasons behind it, the major one being the refusal to beg for aid and accept interference in Morocco's matter. Macron politicized it due to his ulterior interests, not the King of Morocco. Let's know how the earthquake has affected Morocco and how French aid was rejected by the Moroccan king. Let's get started. On September 8, 2023, a powerful earthquake with a magnitude of 6.8 struck near the town of Oukaïmeden in western Morocco. This seismic event, also referred to as the Marrakech-Safi earthquake, had catastrophic consequences, causing the loss of over 3,000 lives and leaving 5,600 individuals injured. The earthquake, occurring relatively close to the surface, led to extensive destruction, particularly in the ancient section of Marrakech, and had an impact on remote settlements in the Atlas Mountains. Its tremors were felt as far away as Casablanca in Morocco, as well as in Portugal and Algeria. The earthquake's epicenter was situated approximately 45 miles southwest of Marrakech, within Morocco's Al Haus province. Striking at 11:11 p.m. local time, it had a shallow focus, just 11.2 miles beneath the surface, as reported by the United States Geological Survey. This shallow depth resulted in more intense shaking at the Earth's surface than would have occurred had it been deeper. Shortly after the main shock, a magnitude 4.9 aftershock occurred about 20 minutes later. The damage caused by the earthquake was extensive, particularly in the remote mountain villages of Morocco's Al Haus province. In this region, the majority of structures were constructed using unreinforced brick and masonry, often without adherence to proper building standards. The town of Amizmiz, located in the mountains approximately 20 miles northeast of the earthquake's epicenter, suffered particularly severe devastation, with much of the town leveled. Rescue workers feared that as many as 2,000 people may have perished under the debris and collapsed walls. Several smaller settlements also experienced catastrophic losses, including the town of Tafagat, located approximately 1 mile from Amizmiz, where over 90 residents lost their lives, and almost all of the town's 100 houses were destroyed. While most of Marrakech's modern buildings remained relatively unscathed due to adherence to modern construction standards, some walls and structures within the city's historic Medina district, dating back to the 11th century, either collapsed or sustained significant damage. In the aftermath of the earthquake, relief efforts faced numerous challenges, primarily due to the rugged terrain of the affected areas. Many mountain roads, typically considered poor quality even under normal conditions, became impassable due to boulders and debris from landslides triggered by the earthquake. These obstacles hindered the movement of rescue teams, emergency services, and heavy equipment, significantly slowing relief operations. Several days after the earthquake, remote villages still awaited essential relief supplies, such as tents, food, and water. The Moroccan government received criticism for its handling of disaster recovery efforts in the days following the earthquake. Some survivors grew frustrated with what they perceived as a lack of government effort in delivering relief supplies or deploying search and rescue teams to reach loved ones trapped in the rubble. The government also faced scrutiny for its decision to accept disaster recovery assistance only from specific countries. While teams and organizations from Spain, Qatar, Britain, and the United Arab Emirates were permitted to enter the country, those from other nations, including France, Germany, Tunisia, Canada, and the United States, were not allowed. The Moroccan government later clarified that this decision aimed to prevent logistical complications and traffic bottlenecks in the limited road network within the earthquake zone. They emphasized that all aid was welcome, but needed to enter the country through proper channels for efficient coordination. During the crisis, French President Emmanuel Macron directly addressed the Moroccan public in a video message on Tuesday, expressing France's readiness to assist after the devastating earthquake. Macron's message was posted on social media, where he conveyed France's deep sorrow over the tragic earthquake and assured Morocco of their support. Macron said, "I wanted to address Moroccans directly to tell you that France was devastated by this terrible earthquake." He further emphasized, "We will be at your side." Macron highlighted that France can offer immediate humanitarian aid. However, he made it clear that the decision to accept this aid and organize international support rested with King Mohammed VI and the Moroccan government, who had not yet responded to France's offers. Macron emphasized, "We are at the disposal of their sovereign decision." Following the earthquake, many survivors found themselves struggling in makeshift shelters. International rescue teams from Spain, Britain, and Qatar had been assisting Moroccan search and rescue efforts. Offers of assistance from Italy, Belgium, and Germany were also pending approval. Macron acknowledged the recent diplomatic tensions between France and Morocco, particularly regarding the Western Sahara dispute, which Morocco seeks French recognition for. Notably, Morocco has not had an envoy in Paris since January. It's worth noting that a significant number of French citizens reside in Morocco, with approximately 51,000 French citizens living there, according to foreign ministry figures. Additionally, France is home to a Moroccan diaspora of around 1.5 million people, including 670,000 dual nationals, according to the Observatory for Immigration and Demographics. France's foreign minister, Catherine Colonna, has stated that the decision to seek French aid in dealing with Morocco's deadliest earthquake in over 6 decades rests with Morocco, and France is prepared to offer assistance if requested. She deliberately left the space in action, making it mandatory for the King of Morocco to request aid. Perhaps the King of Morocco did not like to be dragged into a political game when his country was coping with a deadly earthquake. Colonna noted that France had pledged €5 million to aid organizations in Morocco. However, she emphasized that it was up to Morocco to officially request assistance. Nobody could understand why France wanted Morocco to officially request aid when they could send it unconditionally. Diplomatic relations between Paris and Rabat have been strained for years, and Morocco's decision to accept assistance from only 4 countries, the UK, Spain, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, reflects not just a political divide but also personal tensions between President Emmanuel Macron and King Mohammed VI. Colonna expressed that the ongoing controversy was inappropriate, stating, "People are suffering. People need help. We are ready to help Morocco. It is a sovereign decision, and Morocco alone is entitled to determine what its needs are." The €5 million aid pledged by France will be directed to NGOs already operating in the disaster-affected area. Since the magnitude 7 earthquake struck over the weekend, Macron has repeatedly indicated France's readiness to provide aid to Morocco, but there has been no official response. Tensions between France and Morocco have been exacerbated by what Rabat perceives as France's lack of support for its sovereignty claim over Western Sahara, a matter of national importance for Morocco. Algeria supports the Polisario Front, a group seeking independence for the region. In recent years, various disputes, including visa restrictions, allegations of spying, and disagreements on international matters, have further strained relations between the two countries. Morocco's accusation that France was behind a European Parliament vote condemning press freedom in Morocco led to the withdrawal of ambassadors from both nations. French Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin described Morocco as a brotherly country and suggested that it had the capacity to manage the rescue efforts independently. After repeatedly being asked to request French aid, the King of Morocco finally broke the silence. Instead of begging for French aid, which Macron wanted, he declined aid offers from France, raising tensions rooted in their shared colonial history and a strained relationship with Emmanuel Macron. King Mohammed VI, known for his chilly connection with the French president, officially refused to accept any aid from France. Even if Morocco has been hit by the worst earthquake in over a century, the King of Morocco does not want to accept aid from France. This shows that the tensions between the two countries outweigh all crises. Arnaud Fraisse, founder of the French aid group First Responders Without Borders, remarked that they still hadn't received the green light from the Moroccan government and withdrew his offer to assist, as the critical window for finding survivors had passed. A British team of 60 rescue specialists and 4 search dogs arrived in Morocco to assist, transported by 2 Royal Air Force A400M aircraft. They were accepted, but French rescue teams were rejected, who believed they could be valuable due to their technical expertise and the prevalence of the French language in Morocco. Historical grievances exist between Morocco and France, stemming from France's colonial rule over the North African nation until its independence in 1956. Pierre Vermerin, a French historian and professor at Sorbonne University, asserted that Morocco's refusal of aid was a clear political sign, reflecting King Mohammed VI's diplomatic style of sending messages when displeased. The relationship between Macron and the Moroccan king has been strained, with Macron's attempts at rapprochement with Algeria, a regional rival of Morocco, further aggravating the situation. Catherine Colonna, the French foreign minister, rejected claims of a rebuff and emphasized that it was Morocco's prerogative to decide how to handle aid requests. She stated that Morocco is in control of its choices, which must be respected. Here's a reminder to please like and share the video, and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. Apart from France, Spain has sent 86 rescuers to Morocco after their offer of assistance was accepted by Rabat, while Qatar and the United Arab Emirates are also dispatching specialists. Moroccan officials have indicated they are evaluating aid requests to ensure effective coordination. But the King of Morocco's dealing with other countries isn't like the one with France. King Mohammed VI conveyed a message of gratitude to H.M. Charles III, the King of the United Kingdom, for the participation of a British search and rescue team in the relief and rescue operations following the earthquake that occurred on September 8. In this message, the sovereign extended heartfelt thanks, both on his behalf and on behalf of the Moroccan people, to H.M. King Charles III and Queen Camilla for their genuine expressions of sympathy in the wake of the tragic earthquake in the Al Haouz region. I want your Majesty to know how deeply moved I am by your kind and comforting words. I also highly appreciate the active solidarity and humanitarian initiative undertaken by the government of the United Kingdom in deploying a UK ISAR team to support their Moroccan counterparts in search and rescue operations in the affected areas, a task they carried out with great diligence and professionalism, stated the Moroccan king in the message. He also thanked Spain, UAE, and Qatar for their aid and assistance in the Moroccan earthquake. Immediately after the earthquake, Moroccan King Mohammed VI called for an emergency meeting and mobilized military forces to reach remote villages in desperate need of assistance. International leaders, including those at the G20 summit, expressed their support and readiness to deploy rescue missions on the ground. While Morocco allowed search teams from several countries to access disaster areas, it declined or ignored aid from France and Algeria, reflecting ongoing political disputes. The refusal to accept French aid triggered accusations and criticisms, with some viewing Morocco's decision as a rejection of humanitarian assistance for its distressed population. However, Morocco defended its stance, citing the need for coordinated efforts and adherence to international standards in aid distribution. Morocco's refusal of French aid can be seen as an assertion of its autonomy and capability to manage its own challenges. It aligns with Morocco's foreign policy shift away from France and its efforts to strengthen ties with new allies, including the United States, Israel, and Spain. The long-standing dispute over the Western Sahara issue has also strained relations between Morocco and France. Interestingly, Algeria, Morocco's regional rival, offered assistance, signaling a potential opening for reconciliation. However, given the history of provocations and incidents between the two countries, any temporary solidarity after a natural disaster may not lead to substantial reconciliation. As Morocco faces the daunting task of rebuilding and rehabilitating damaged infrastructure and heritage sites, it will require significant international support. While aid is crucial, Morocco aims to set ground rules with foreign partners to ensure it retains its national dignity and sovereignty. The reason behind the Morocco-France skirmishes lies in their history. In the year 711 AD, Muslim forces launched a historic invasion of Europe from the Moroccan coastline. Led by Tariq ibn Ziyad, they swiftly conquered most of what is now Spain and Portugal. Under the Umayyad dynasty's rule, Arab and Amazigh troops expanded northward, gaining control of an area known as Septimania, corresponding to today's Languedoc-Roussillon region in southern France. They also conducted raids in eastern France, capturing cities like Lyon and Autun. However, their advance was halted after a significant defeat to Frankish forces in the Battle of Tours in 732. By 759, the Franks had recaptured most of modern-day France. Muslim forces would return to the region in the 10th century to establish a fortress in Provence near Saint-Tropez. Subsequently, the Morocco-based Almoravid and Almohad empires posed threats to French borders after their conquest of Muslim-controlled Iberia. For centuries, France maintained trade relations with Morocco, a unique independent Muslim state in North Africa that had not fallen under Ottoman Empire rule. One contentious issue between the two nations was the Barbary pirates, many of whom were Muslim refugees fleeing Spain after the Reconquista, who operated in North Africa and targeted European ships. These pirates launched several operations from Sail and Rabat in Morocco, including raids on European coastal towns, including those in France, to capture slaves for sale in the Middle East and North Africa. In 1629, French Admiral Isaac de Razilly attacked Sayla, destroying 3 corsair ships and securing the release of French slaves held in Morocco. This event led to the signing of the Franco-Moroccan Treaty of 1631, granting French subjects preferential rights in the Maghreb. Tensions with the Barbary corsairs persisted into the mid-18th century, resulting in further French bombardments of Salé and Rabat in 1765. That same year, France attempted its first unsuccessful invasion of Moroccan territory with the expedition of Larache, which saw between 200 and 300 deaths. The Franco-Moroccan War erupted in 1844 after Morocco supported Algerian resistance against the French invasion of Algeria. French assaults on Tangier and Essaouira, as well as the Battle of Isly on the Algerian border, compelled the Moroccans to limit the border and end their alliance with Algerian resistance leader Emir Abdelkader. A significant European flashpoint occurred in 1905, known as the First Moroccan Crisis, when Germany disputed with France and Britain over control of Morocco. Kaiser Wilhelm II declared support for Moroccan independence during his visit to Tangier, but the crisis was resolved in 1906, awarding France significant influence in Morocco while ensuring trade opportunities for all nations. In 1911, a second Moroccan crisis erupted as French troops violated the agreement by entering Morocco. Germany responded by sending a warship to Agadir. In the Treaty of Fez in 1912, Morocco officially became a French colony, with parts of the country also surrendered to Spain. Unlike Algeria, which became part of France, Morocco remained a protectorate, with the Sultan as the head of state. However, European colonists quickly took control of large portions of Moroccan agriculture, and the French also managed state policing, taxation at key ports, and the mining of phosphates in Kouribga province. Around 40,000 Moroccans served on the front line during World War I, participating in major battles of the conflict. The fight for Moroccan independence began during this period, with local resistance resulting in thousands of Moroccan casualties. In the 1930s, protests against a decree that subjected Amazigh communities to customary rather than Islamic law marked the initiation of the Moroccan nationalist movement. Towards the end of World War II, the possibility of independence gained momentum, especially after U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt expressed support during the 1943 Casablanca Conference. The Istiqlal Party, formed in 1943, advocated for independence. Sultan Mohammed V declared his support for independence, which led to a brutal massacre in Casablanca by French authorities in 1947, and further anti-colonial uprisings in 1952. The pro-independence Sultan was exiled in 1954, sparking more protests. Following escalating violence between colonial forces and Moroccan nationalists, Mohammed V returned from exile in 1955, and Morocco declared its independence. After independence, King Hassan II initiated a process of Moroccanization, transferring foreign-owned assets, especially those held by the French, to Moroccan ownership. Since that day, both countries could never have a permanent friendly relationship. Avoiding France in any way Morocco could become an inherent policy which Morocco is following to this day. It's because earlier, Morocco came under French rule due to initial subtle interference, which converted into a full-scale colonization of Morocco. Now, the King of Morocco does not want to give an excuse to France for another interference. Not only that, but he wants France to see that Morocco can survive without begging for French aid. Do you think the King of Morocco did right by refusing to accept aid from France? What, in your opinion, can be the reason for turning down French aid when aid from other countries is being accepted? Let us know your thoughts on how France could use another non-controversial way to help Morocco if it really wanted to. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: the Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.